I am the epitome of a cosmopolitan Lagos. I represent it, I embody it. I see what brings us together as opposed to what takes us apart. See, Lagos State has been in harmony for a very long time. What happens is politicians come and try to divide us. And I always say to people, let us be wary of a politician or politicians that only remember that they are Yoruba when it's time for politics. When Fulani herdsmen were making incursions into Oyo and into different parts of the southwest, and people like Sunday Igboho stood up, people like Rotimi Akeredolu stood up, a lot of politicians in Lagos were quiet. They played politics with it. They were quiet. When it was time for Amotekun, they were quiet. So many interests of the Yoruba people, they were quiet because they wanted an alliance with the North, right? So they put their political interests above the interests of their people. And then all of a sudden, it's time for politics, and they remind you that this person does not speak Yoruba. This person, with the Yoruba that they've been speaking, when they fired at young people at Lekki Toll Gate, did they separate the Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa? All the Agberos on the streets that are wasting their lives, young men that are getting on drugs and have been multiplying for years, do they go and meet the ones that are Yoruba and tell them, come, we'll give you rehabilitation, or we're going to get you off the streets, we're going to ensure that you're a more productive member of society?
Are you implying that the politicians fired at the protesters?
I will say from what the army has said, Governor Sanwo-Olu invited them in and gave the order.
But he's been clearing that time and again. I imagine you caught the interview.
I mean, and then what the army said during the hearing completely goes against what he said. And you're CSO of the state, right? If you do not give an order and somebody just comes and is shooting like a cowboy, you should be on ground. As a leader of the state, you should say, you cannot shoot at my people. If you have to shoot at me to get to me, to get to the people. I don't believe that a military setup will come and start shooting at people without carrying the governor along. It's not.
You heard that? There is no way a military will come to a state without the invitation of the governor of that state. That is what this man is saying. And even if they want to say that someone who says that he was not involved with the killings of the End Sars protesters on October 20, 2020, even if he wants to say that he was not involved in the killings, the question is, where was he? Why didn't he protect the people, the young people that were killed and massacred? A leader will always stand and fight for the people and not leave them at their time of weakness. That is what this man is saying. If you pay attention to what he says, even if Sanwo-Olu says he did not invite them, why was he not present at the time of the shooting and speaking to the military people that you cannot come and shoot these people? They were all tired of the End Sars protesters. And they noticed that the money that they were bringing, they were losing the money. And that was why they decided that they would put a stop to it. Let's keep watching. It's simple as that.
Possible. Except it was a coup. I believe that. And I also believe that he saw the bodies. I believe that he was at Reddington Hospital. I believe that he saw the bodies. And there's a lot of evidence on this. So all this gaslighting that they've been doing, we're just watching them. Because it's the same thing as they're telling us that the election was won by 10,000. When we know that they took out almost 50,000 votes in Alimosho and 20,000 votes in Ikeja. There's a lot of gaslighting, politics, and tokenism that is a hallmark of the APC government.
Can you hear that? At the end of the day, the people who shot these End Sars protesters, the military, the police, and everybody that was in cahoots with these End Sars killings, the first question is, who was ordering their shootings? Who was ordering the people to be killed? As a governor of any state, you cannot say that you are not aware. You see, when the Obi-Igbo massacre was happening in Rivers State, you cannot say Wike wasn't aware. The governors of every state are aware of what's going on. So let us tell ourselves the truth. The same people that have killed us and put us in this situation are coming back again, asking for elections. There's a failure of leadership. And every failure of leadership must never be compensated with re-election. They must be compensated with getting them out of office. Prosecution, not re-election. They must be prosecuted for the crimes they've committed, not re-elected for another time, only if you want to continue to suffer. And again, Nigerians are suffering, 5 and 6. So let us not deceive ourselves. Let's ask ourselves critical questions. And this is the only time we have, only opportunity we have to remedy the rights remedy the wrongs that have cost us. We cannot keep making the same mistake over and over again. Please sign, subscribe, and follow me on all my channels.